The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to use the equation solver function on an older calculator. Let's say I would like to answer the following question. We need to find the probability that a chi-square value is greater than some unknown number k, and that probability is equal to 10%. This can be visualized. I have an unknown point k that is somewhere here, and to the right of it, because of this greater than inequality symbol, there is 10% of area. Of course, it follows that on the left-hand side of the same unknown point k, we have 90% of area. And I am given that this chi distribution has 11 degrees of freedom. I have to have this information. In the main video for this topic, I demonstrated how to use the numeric solver for these kind of equations. We are setting up an equation with two sides. On the left-hand side, we can put area under the curve. And in this case, I'm going to use 90% of area. And on the right side, we're using the chi-square CDF function that finds for us the area under the curve, to which we compare, between two endpoints of an interval. In this particular scenario, we have 0 as the endpoint on the left-hand side, because any chi-square distribution has 0 as the leftmost point on that number line. And this unknown number we are going to call x for the purpose of typing a convenient number on the calculator. It is same unknown number as k in our given expression, but instead of typing k on TI-84, which is going to take a while to find, I'm going just to use any letter. X is just easy to access. So again, I am saying that there is 90% of area within the interval between 0 and the unknown point x. That's what this equation is saying. 90% of area between 0 and unknown point x with 11 degrees of freedom, and I'm using chi-square CDF function to produce this area. Unfortunately, the older TI-84 calculator would not give me two sides of equation available for me to type anything I like. It looks like this. When I use the numeric solver, which is actually called solver, in an older calculator, it will give me a screen that looks like this. It will say, okay, here's your equation, 0 equals what? And you have an opportunity to type in something here. This just requires a slight modification to this equation. I will subtract 90/100 on both sides, which eliminates this value and gives me 0 on the left-hand side. And now I have chi-square CDF between 0 and x with 11 degrees of freedom minus the area of 90%, or 0.90. If I enter this expression into the calculator, I will get the same result as before. Let's take a look. Press Math, scroll up to the solver, press Enter to choose that function. Here it is. It asks to type in the equation that looks like 0 equals something. So I'm typing 0 equals chi-squared CDF between 0 and x with 11 degrees of freedom. And I press Enter a few times. Don't forget to subtract 0.90 or 0.9 and press Enter. And again, don't forget alpha enter to force your calculator to recompute and give you the most updated number. This is how an older TI-84 can handle solving equations for chi-square distribution when you know the area corresponding to some mystery point and you want to find what that point is.